Alright. I'll get you a new token. He's a giant!
We
Get
got
him!
We got one.
Jesus, you just scared the shit out of me. You yelled right into that. I was looking at my character, and all of a sudden you yelled that.
I knew that was going to happen. Okay, so you also, Garfunkel, you also see basically two shadows zing across your face. It's going from left to right, and then you see a couple arrows about 20-30 feet from you hit the ground and skid across the floor. So it looks like something is shooting at you through this wall. Alright, so Shalazar, you are back up now. Top of the round. Top of the morning to you.
These goblins are trying to hit us, guys. I heard them saying they almost missed me, guys. Dave, is there any way I can maybe like stick this torch in the wall?
Well, you can actually, if you're going to take the torch over by the wall and kind of flash it against the wall, you can see that there are multiple holes, probably about 7 to 8 arrow slits on this wall that actually cover the whole corner of the wall. And that's where the arrows came from. These slits in the wall. You can't see inside of the slits because it's still pitch black. I mean, you just can't see if anything's back there. But you could definitely hear those pesky goblins back there.
Dave, is there any way I can like put maybe one of the torches inside of one of the holes? Put my torch inside one of the holes?
Yeah, it's not big enough to fit the torch actually inside the hole. They're just slits that are just barely big enough to where an arrow can come through.
Alright, Dave, I'm gonna stick my crossbow in there and try to shoot back in there.
Okay.
Return fire.
Okay. Sure, you can do that. So you're gonna have to drop the torch, which is basically part of your movement action. You can pull your crossbow out. Now, I believe your crossbow is going to be a load time. Does it? Let's see what kind of a load time you have on that bad boy.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say, "Hey, Dave, can I stick my head in there to see if there's any?" Like, no.
I would have let him stick his head in there. That would have been great. All right, so loading. Let's see what loading is real quick. I forgot, and I'm slipping here. I think I know what it is, but I don't want to confuse myself with 4E, so that's why I'm just looking it up real quick. You think you have
no problem.
everything just
while you look that up, we're all gonna run. No, I'm just joking.
.146, 147.
I remember that it takes. I don't remember
General
what game,
Willis,
but it
thank
takes,
you.
like, 2 hands to load a crossbow or something like that.
Yeah, I know that.
Unless you got like a
Thank you very much.
hand crossbow or revolving crossbow like Van Helsing.
Alright, so
Yeah,
loading. Because of the time
that's
required to load this weapon, you can fire only one piece of ammunition from it when you use an action, bonus action, or reaction to fire it. Okay, cool. That's what I thought it was. There's no load time per se. So you can pull your crossbow out and you can fire it into the hole. Now, as you fire it into the hole, I'm going to give these goblins 3/4 cover, which is going to add 5 to their armor class. Alright, so that is a miss. You hear some chuckling behind her.
Alright, can I do the rest of my movement? How many, where's the holes end?
There's about 8 feet in it, and it reaches from this square, which is 2 foot, all the way down to here. And it basically, the entire 4 foot or 8 foot of this wall is just riddled with these arrow slits. Alright, so that is it for, you can go ahead and make the rest of your movement if you would like, Shala.
Sure.
Zodia.
Quick question, Dave.
Yep, what's up?
Right there, are they able to shoot towards where I'm at?
Those arrows did not come from that way. They basically, the arrows came that were directly in front of your face. So that's pretty much where you stuck your crossbow up to the hole and shot inside of it. Heard some laughing, and that was it. Some snickering.
So the arrows were coming from the right side of the screen?
They were, yes. They were going from west. Sorry, they were going from east to west, and like I said, the arrows were traveling towards the mouth of the cave. And then you could see them after about 20-30 feet. You could see that they actually skidded on the ground.
Okay.
Okay, Zodia, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take part of my movement to move up to here.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I would like for you to give me a perception check real quick. And it's actually quite a high DC as well, so. Okay, so as you're running towards this way, as you're running towards the end of this corridor here, you almost stumble as you trip a tripwire, and as you get out here, you finish your movement, and this happens.
Oh my God.
A massive avalanche happens in this corridor that you are in. So I need Rain, I need Xibit, and I also need Shalazar. I need you to make some dexterity saving throws, please.
There's a giant 2A that I'm standing on. Hopefully that's not a bad thing.
Would I be able to use like acrobatics, maybe jump out the way?
If you are proficient in acrobatics, you can also... No, this isn't a skill check. This is a saving throw, so it's just plain dexterity.
Does the resistance help for Rain?
And what does the resistance give you? I believe it is piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning damage, correct?
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make your...
I think it's just damage. It won't help me in my check. So.
I think it's you can add D4, add the number to one saving throw of its choice. So it's not really bludgeoning or anything like that.
No. And that's for resistance. Let me read this real quick. What resistance does? Hold on. Okay, so yeah, you can. Yeah, it's to a saving throw, so you can add an additional D4 onto your saving throw. Yeah, you can add a D4 onto your saving throw, Rain. That's for the resistance.
17 total.
Okay. So Shalazar, 17 worm food. Okay, so. From the cave-in, everyone will take a total of 2 damage. That is 2 bludgeoning damage. Everybody made their saving throws. So now all of these rocks cave in. You hear some more chuckling behind the arrow slits there. And Zodia, what are you going to do for the rest of your turn? You've done your movement now. Any other action?
Yeah, I'd like to make a perception check to the east. I noticed there is some sort of a black hole, it looks like.
So as you start to survey the area that you're in, you notice that this room is littered with many ratty blankets and rat-infested bedrolls. There are also some small bones that are littering this entire cavern. Looks like probably munched on from rodents. You can also see many filthy remnants of fine goblin living. Actually, sort of like how the orcs live, actually, as well. And you can see lice-ridden furs that are pretty much decorating the walls. But seeing that you're a half-orc, you really don't fit into that category because, you know, you're humanized a little bit.
So you're saying he misses home because he
Home
sees all
sweet
the
home.
garbage?
So yeah, there's plenty of bedrolls on the ground. There's lots of bones. There's several furs on the wall as well.
Okay. Do I notice anything over on the northeastern wall?
You notice nothing. You what? Ping where you want to ping. What are you looking at? That is a fur. That is a pelt hanging on the wall.
Okay.
That is a pelt. All right. That is going to be it for you, unless there's any other free action that you want to do, like a yell or something.
I'll yell back that I don't see anything up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell back and tell the human to grab the torch that I left back there.
Grab the torch, huh? Well, I'm going to take the light off of you now, Shalazar, as well. So, Xibit, it is your turn now.
So these rocks have fallen and kind of covered me. I'm able to kind of brush them off. Is it just slow going and I can still make it forward? Or are we pretty much sealed up?
You are... No, you're not sealed up or anything. No, it's just a... basically, it was just a mild cave-in. Definitely a what appears to be maybe a trap. You saw the half-orc barreling into the room down to the south, and you did hear him kind of almost stumble, and then all of a sudden the rocks fell in on you guys.
Okay, I'm going to use my movement. I'm going to move right behind the half-orc.
Okay. So it is okay. You got it.
Okay, with my and I'm going to prepare a dodge in case the trigger, I guess, will be if somebody attacks me. I'm going to try to jump out of the way.
Okay. So attack.
Dave,
I mean, attack as in where?
So if I see a live creature and they're beating down on me, instead of me getting incapacitated, I want to have be able to like jump, maybe here or here
like into the rat's nest. Great, I like it.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe it'd be smarter for me to jump here, but the goal is I want to kind of jump out of the way and not and maybe and not get attacked.
Okay, so if you see anyone coming from any direction, then you're just going to go into a defensive posture and try to avoid any attacks.
That is absolutely correct.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's it for Xibit. Now, somebody called me?
Yeah, I'm not in the turn order. This is Will Pally talking.
Okay. Let's see. What did you roll, Will?
I rolled a 5, so it should be between Rain and the Goblin.
Okay, I will add you right now.
Thanks.
Not a problem. Can get that fixed, and there you go. All right, Rain. What else are you doing? Well, what are you doing, actually?
I'm just gonna start.
I like that avalanche, that cave-in.
The party seems to be going.
All right.
Is this difficult terrain or anything, or is this just normal movement?
It is. It is actually difficult terrain now. So yes, it will. And I should have hit Xibit with difficult terrain, but he still would have had enough.
That's okay. I only
anyway.
moved. Yeah, I only moved 15.
Yeah, I noticed that just when when I was like, that is rough terrain, but you didn't move too far anyway. So, but it is 5 feet per square. So, but no big deal. You had just enough movement to get where you're at anyway. So, all right, Rain. So you moved into the room. You see lots of rat and hay beds. You see the pelts on the walls. There is a pretty large column in the middle of the room. It's an earth. It's basically naturally it's carved around. It's probably holding up the the roof in this cave.
I'd like to say to the party, start looking for a false wall. Since they're smart enough to have traps, they've probably got other devices.
I'll be right on that, guys.
All right, so you're gonna start. You're gonna start trying to what, a perception check. You're gonna look for any kind of error slits. I think that's what you're wanting to do.
False walls and stuff like that. Just generally hidden passages.
All right. Well, you have a big column that's directly in your face, so I'll let you kind of survey the area around behind you as you sort of turn around, and go ahead and give me a perception roll. There's really nothing in this room anyway, so this is basically the trap.
20.
Was basically it. You don't notice anything, not out of the ordinary. Nothing like where the arrows were coming from. You don't notice anything. Not where you're at there. Chaka Socks, thank you for the follow. Great name. All right, Garfunkel, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna. So this is rough terrain.
Great name. I love it.
10, 20, 30. Can I also do a perception check too, just to check if there's any traps?
You can check, sure, where you're at in the corridor there. Yeah, sure, you can do a perception check. That is a great name, Chaka Socks. I love it. Great name. The only thing that you can see is that string wire on the ground 5 feet in front of you, where it's all, it's basically pulled a couple pins out of the wall, so you're able to see that. But other than that, you don't see any other wires, you don't see any other traps. And in this corridor of the cave is also 10 foot high as well. But it is a little bit higher now. It's probably about 11 or 12 foot up because of all of the rock that actually and the earth that fell on you guys. So you guys have the torch back in the back as well. I put a torch on the ground back here, and it's just continually burning. So, all right, so that's it for Garfunkel. All of a sudden, now you hear what appears to be a bell ringing. And you guys are out of combat.
Wait, you said we're out of what?
You are out of combat.
Oh, out of combat. Okay.
You are out of combat. Yes. You hear.
So which way?
Bells ringing, which they're kind of ringing all throughout the cavern. So you're not able to tell which way it's coming from. It just sounds like it's coming from every direction.
So this blows, you guys. We've been spotted.
Let's head out of here. Or do you guys want to continue? Maybe we can set the trap back up and put the rocks back in. Maybe cover our backs.
We're not going to have enough time.
How am I going to carry those rocks to put back up?
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Just put the gnome and halfling on the half-orc shoulders.
Yeah, we'll just fall on them. No problem.
Can we hide in there, maybe?
No, I think what we need to do. I mean, let's quickly scout this. I'll throw this out there. Let's quickly scout around.
I'm gonna grab this torch as well.
All right, I'll put the light back on.
We should be more thorough searching the
room. That's what I agree with that. Let's scout around and see if there's if we can get to a place with a door, we can close it off.
So let's go ahead and go turn-based, and seeing that Garfunkel's at the top of the list for alphabetical order. Garfunkel, what would you like to do?
Can I do a perception check on this wall that they were shooting arrows at us?
Sure. What are you looking for? Be a little bit more. When you guys are wanting to do checks, you guys got to let me know what you guys are looking for.
Okay.
I just don't want to have to guess for it.
Sure. I want to look if there's any little holes. I mean, if there's any doors that we can get in through this wall, maybe like a secret switch or something.
All right. You can now that you're you can look now. Sure. 14, you don't notice any kind of hidden panels or any false panels. You don't see a secret door or anything, but you do, like I said, there's 8 foot worth of slits in the carved into the rock where you can actually fit your finger in there, a couple fingers wide. I mean, it can't fit a torch, or it could take a blade of a weapon, but not anything like a hammer or a torch or anything like that. Alright, so Rain, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go further into this room.
Okay.
Oh,
I tried to make this as goblin and rat infested.
so I'm able to tell from this point.
Yeah, there's lots of trash on the ground, bones. There is over to the southeast. There's like a whole wall of rugs up there, and then scattered all throughout. I mean, there's pelts on the ground, all kinds of different animal bones, several small flat hay beds, a couple pillows made out of hay.
Right. So
Also
there's pelts on the walls and all over the
yeah,
floor.
there's like a little bone box there, which is.
I'd like to start
right
moving
here, so.
about the pelts, like especially on the walls. It's like that's generally where they keep that. Start moving that about and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully find a tunnel.
And you are looking for what now?
Like a tunnel or something that seems to link to where the goblins were with arrows and stuff.
So you basically like kind of look behind the pelt that's hanging up on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's just an earth wall behind the pelt, and then the pelt actually falls down. It basically the little sticky stuff on the back actually made the pelt fall down onto the ground. And then you hear a goblin yell, "You're gonna pay for that!" No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You break it, you buy it, friend.
She was a goblin all along.
Time is money, friend. All right, so Shala, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move up. How thin is that wall from the arrows?
You can stick your fingers inside there. It's probably at least you can feel the slot go back, as far as your finger can reach. So they're just deep grooves cut into the wall, but it's got to end somewhere back there, because they're shooting freaking arrows out of it. You know what I mean? But you can fit your arrow and kind of feel on each side of the slot, and you can barely feel where it ends. So it's probably about 4 inches or so that you can get your hand back in there. 4, 5, 6 inches, somewhere on there.
And how what kind of wall is this made of? This is like stone?
Earth and stone, yeah. Yep.
Would I be able to break this? Like maybe like punch it with my monk ability?
Sure.
Monk punching powers activate.
They can break bricks, right? This wall should be nothing. I should be able to just break through it.
Oh my god. That's awesome. Let's see you karate chop the wall.
Yeah, let's
roll a 1 and break
see.
your arm.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a 1d4. How would I even do that? That's not in any rules. I'm just going to let him take 1d4 damage. Alright, you take 1 point of damage from hitting the wall, because it really hurt. You hit a solid wall.
Hitting the wall doesn't work.
Alright, thank you, Intelligence 30. We'll keep that in mind we walk around and look for stuff.
Too good. Oh my goodness, I love it. Thank you again for all the follows tonight. Holy
Even
crap.
the wall's kicking our ass. This isn't good.
So many new follows.
Dave,
thank you guys.
The rest of my movement, move back to the stones.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
Alright. So let's see, who else has not gone yet? What about you, Xibit? What are you thinking about this room?
I'm thinking I want to kind of try to run around this room and see if there's something against the wall here. So I'm gonna just kind of jut around this area since nobody's really looked at this yet. So that's about my movement right there. And then while I'm moving and checking the walls to see if there's anything, you know, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for some kind of a door or something that I can shut and hide, you know, behind.
Well, you can get into that little alcove there where you're at, but as you're kind of feeling around the walls, you almost trip on a couple of those ratty little beds on the ground. But you know, all of the pelts on the wall, they're all solid rock. And then you get down to the corner here, and you can actually see that, you know, there's a whole wall of pelts in the southeastern corner.
Oh, sweetness.
Okay.
Well, let me try to pull those down or do some kind of a... I want to try to look behind them so I can pull them down or use my perception or my super gnome goodness power.
I'm gonna whisper, you know, get to my crowd or whatever reaction. It's like, be careful, guys. Remember, they're still in here.
All right, so let's go to we'll get back to you next round there, Xibit, because you've already done all your movement and stuff. So,
sounds awesome.
What do you want to do? You're in this semi-stinky room.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over to the southeast corner as well, and
Stinky
I'm gonna
Weasel.
push away at the pelts.
Thank you very much for the follow, Stinky Weasel.
Just investigate the area.
So you're just kind of like poking it like a bear in a cage or something. Rizalian, thank you very much for the follow.
I'm moving the pelts aside, looking to see what's behind it.
Okay. So you notice that there is nothing behind this, and you notice that there is another corridor that is traveling in an easterly direction. And it is pitch black. And I'm going to go ahead and open up some more of the map for you. So there you go. You move the pelts out of the way. Many of them fall down, and there you go. There's another corridor that is traveling to the east. Gotta love dynamic lighting. I love dynamic lighting. Alright, so what are you guys doing? Back up to, as a group. I mean, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing, actually? Sorry.
We'll meet up with the group, you know, get back in. You guys want to go down the tunnel in our movement line?
We should probably be more wary of traps. Make sure we're checking for traps as we go.
Just the guy that tripped the trap.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm not the trap
there.
checker.
So, Rain, what do you like to take lead? And I guess I'll stay in the back with my my torch, maybe. Or what do you guys think? Keep the torch? I mean, they already know we're here, so I mean, how stealthy can we be?
Well, I guess is that alarm still going? By the way, those bells still ringing?